this holiday week as the Kentucky Wildcats go for their 4th win of the season, playing host to Albany. The Great Danes out of the American East coming into Rupp Arena to take on the Cats. Dave Neal alongside former Arkansas great and NBA star Joe Klein. Glad you could join us. And Joe, obviously a couple nights ago, this Kentucky team got a scare from Ohio, a really good basketball team. And there might have been a team last year that might not have withstood that kind of pressure, but this team is a much different ball club than what we saw a year ago.
Boy, it is. And if you talk to Cal, he really likes this team. Work in progress, so, but he's got a little mix. He's got his freshmen. He's got some transfers. He's got some guys who's been here. So he really likes the makeup of this team, likes the potential of this team, but it's a little different than it's been in the past.
Well, they still have those talented freshmen. Perhaps the best of all is Ty Washington, who had his breakout game against Ohio, put together a double-double. He was phenomenal.
Just great size, just great vision for a freshman. Plays mature. He's got an inside-outside game. Really been impressed with how he can get into the lane under control, shoot the floater, shoot the pull-up, or distribute the ball. Very impressive-looking young man.
Well, you mentioned distribute the basketball. They have one of the best in the country at that in Severe Wheeler.
I tell you what, if he was a quarterback, Dave, we'd call him Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. I mean, this is a guy that you want to give the ball to. And in practice yesterday, I mean, Cal stopped practice numerous times off a rebound or something and made sure everybody knew who he wanted to get the ball. This young man can really play, gets everybody involved. Fun watch tonight.
Well, I do need to mention there is one bit of bad news for Kentucky tonight, for Kentucky fans. Might be good news if you're Albany, because he's not going to be able to play. But Mintz is out with an illness, who has been averaging about 20 minutes a night and was really good the other night as well against Ohio. But he is out tonight, and we'll get more on his situation when this game is over. But just got word of that here right before tip. So an opportunity for some other guys to get some minutes, and luckily for Kentucky, this is a relatively deep basketball team, one of the deeper ones they've had in quite some time.
Cal's talked about being able to go 11 deep, so you're missing 3 guys tonight, so it's going to be a great opportunity for guys who maybe not be able to get as many minutes they liked in the first 3 games. The opportunity is here tonight to really impress your coach.
So they're going to give the basketball to Albany after the violation on the tip. So the Great Danes will start this one, and they're half of the court. This is an Albany team searching for their first win of the year, 0-4. Now, they have played some tough games and will continue that under their first-year head coach, Dwayne Killings. First shot of the game, rebounded by guess who? Oscar Tshiebwe.
And it begins, Dave.
Right. The first of what should be many. Tshiebwe averaging 16.5 rebounds a game.
Albany really worked on this pick and roll defense in their shoot around this morning, Dave. They really talked about trapping the ball, especially when it kind of is in the front court on the side. And they were going to definitely trap the first ball screen. I think it's something to get them moving defensively, get them a little confident.
Ty Washington, shot clock hits 10. Wheeler, corner 3. Brooks fires off the front of the rim. Tshiebwe with an offensive rebound. His numbers on offensive rebounds are crazy. 33.6% of Kentucky's misses, he gets them. Double team there, past Wheeler. Grady. Brooks, got it. Keon Brooks gets to the logo and buries it.
Really nice ball movement there, and then nice patience by Brooks to just get into the lane, get 2 feet under him, make a nice little jump hook.
Jamel Horton out of Queens, New York, the senior, averaging a little over 7 points a game with the basketball. Dre Perry, he knocks home a 3.
That's another thing, Dave, they talked about again, is throwing the ball back on the ball screen. Don't keep going to the strong side. Throw it back for the open shooter.
Tshiebwe will head to the line as he uses that strength. It's exactly what Coach Cal was telling him to do at shoot-around today. Quit messing around, get the ball, go straight up.
Yeah, he shot a couple fadeaway hooks, did a little pump fake, and he's like, get that shoulder on him, use that strength. When you put that shoulder on him, young man, guess what they're going to do? They're going to move. Nobody's going to block that shot because they're going backwards.
Tshiebwe left that one short. He's now 7 out of 10 at the free throw line, but another opportunity as Wheeler kisses it off the window.
Cannot go to sleep when he's in the area. Just has a nose for the ball.
That's Cerruti. Albany's had tough time shooting threes this year, under 30% as a group, but they hit their first one tonight.
Coach Killings was really happy with the looks they're getting. He just says they're not knocking them down.
Well, they get a look here, and that one off the rim, and Tshiebwe with another rebound. Off to Wheeler. Here's that tempo that Coach Cal likes to see from this group. Shot clock down to 10. Tshiebwe working on Newman.
And again, they just, the patience of the big man. You got size, you got strength. You're going to be able, if you use those things and take your time, you're going to be able to maneuver yourself to whatever position you want on the floor. Just raise up and shoot. Great job.
Speaking of raising up and shooting the basketball, that's off the mark for Perry. Tshiebwe with another rebound. Nice ball fake by Grady. Can't get it to go, and that'll be a foul on Tshiebwe.
That's the one that Cal was talking about today when we were interviewing him. That's the one that he's got to let go. I mean, it's not straight above him. The guy did a good job boxing out, taking him back. That's where you got to keep your hands vertical, not let him go over the guy's back because it's an easy call.
He says sometimes, because Tshiebwe's so big, he gets whistled for that when he just gets the rebound straight up over a guy. But it looks like there's a foul on him, and he's talking to these officials right now about that. Coach Cal barking at Mike Nance right now. See him in the back.
He's saying you're right. No, I know. It's cha-cha-cha right there. I like to see that. What was that, a waltz? What was that?
He did that with our
Dancing with the Stars.
He was using our producer Todd Jones today at shoot around.
I saw that.
Todd held his own though. Oh, there's a poke by Hutchison. Hangs in the air, got that one to go down. Hutchinson, the junior out of Marion, Iowa, averaging 6 points a game. Damian Collins, who just checked in for Tshiebwe. Washington misses, gets it back, knocks that one home.
Yeah, that's where if Albany's going to have any chance at all, and it's being very difficult right now, they've got to try to limit these second chance opportunities.
Good look from the corner, but that won't drop for Hutchison. Another chance, and that one goes down for Dre Perry.
Tshiebwe gets out of the game, and things change a little bit.
Wheeler. Ball's out of bounds. 15-21 to go opening half. Kentucky out in front by 3. Back in a moment. Well, Albany, the Great Danes, located, of course, in Albany, New York. Pretty sizable school, almost a little over 17,500 enrollment. The Great Danes, America East Conference, America East, Vermont, Hartford, Stony Brook, New Hampshire, some very talented teams there. Matter of fact, you could throw a hat over those 4 who might win the league this year. But first year for Dwayne Killings, and interesting, you know, he's coming back. It's kind of an emotional game for him. You know, he's a guy that's been an assistant coach a long time, last with Marquette, also Temple with Fran Dunphy. And, but it's UMass is where he got to know these guys. He played 1 year for Bruiser Flint. Bruiser, Coach Flint, when he was at UMass, has known Coach Killing since he was 7 or 8 years old, and those two reuniting here. And he also was a ball boy at UMass when Coach Cal was coaching the Minutemen. So a lot of connections. You see Bruiser Flint there on this bench for the Wildcats, but emotional gathering of those guys before the game today.
Got to watch that shoot around today, and just very impressed with the positivity, the energy, the organization of how he was running his shoot around and the messages he was getting to his players. Albany's got him a good one.
Going to try to get this program back on track. They went 7-9 last year, 6-6 in the American East Conference. There he was. Of course, that's not his ball boy days. That's when he was a walk-on for Coach Flint. But he is an Amherst native and about an hour and a half away from Amherst, coaching at Albany. There's old Bruiser Flint, who gets on that bench. A couple of coaches left. Joel Justice, of course, an assistant at Arizona State. Meanwhile, Tony Barbee's now the head coach at Central Michigan, who will be in here on next Monday. Orlando Antigua also on that bench. Good to see Orlando catching up with him. One of my favorite coaches I've had a chance to be around over the last 20 years or so. Looks like Tshiebwe might have a little blood on his hand. He got that situated. Tshiebwe already with 4 rebounds. Oh, nice inbounds play. Kentucky got lost, and the Great Danes able to have the easiest basket they might have all night.
Cardinal mistake. Guard the paint. Make them make. Worse. Kick them all out to the 3. Bad communication in Kentucky.
Xavier Wheeler. Tshiebwe. Back to Grady. Grady trying to look for his shot. Just nothing there so far. Tshiebwe steps out. Little 19-footer gets it to go.
They really encourage him to shoot that. He talked a little bit in some clippings that I read about how he didn't feel comfortable shooting that in West Virginia because he didn't feel like he got encouragement to shoot that. But he's encouraged to shoot it now today because he's worked on it. That's a nice looking shot.
Well, changes the scouting report on him when he starts knocking those down. Nice entry pass, quickly double teamed in the post is Paul Newman. That won't go. Here comes Kentucky. Ty Washington in the open floor. Now to the middle. Little floater.
Just really like that, David. I mean, gets in there amongst the crowd, but doesn't force anything. Takes his time and just explodes off 2 feet. Under control.
Coach Calipari talking to us about trying to get his guys to shoot more of those floaters, especially with Tshiebwe on the floor, because if they miss it, he's right there to pick up the easy offensive rebound. Boy, a nice little step back jumper from Cerruti, who's their leading scorer, 12 and a half a game.
Albany's Achilles heel so far this season has been turning the ball over and not being able to knock down shots. Thus far, those things are working for him.
Bryce Hopkins, the freshman out of Oak Park, Illinois, steps on that baseline. The turnover gives it back to the Great Danes. Albany has hit half their 10 shots tonight, and 2 out of 4 from behind the arc as well. Hanging in here, just down 2 for a team that's 0-4.
Kentucky with this pressure wants to get this pace going a little bit better. Get those guards from Albany working harder. That will maybe turn into some short shots, harder shots later in the game that will enable them to run.
Again, no Davion Mintz tonight. He is out with an illness. So the bench a little bit shorter. Wheeler. He is fouled on the way to the basket. He'll head to the free throw line.
Dave, I love that because he started to drive baseline, saw there was nothing there. Instead of dribbling into nothing, back dribbled out, then got the ball back to the middle and was able to maneuver into the middle and then get fouled. I mean, just again, this is a veteran, a guy who's been around that doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, I got the ball, I got to make something happen. He's probing, he's looking, and usually 9 times out of 10, something good comes out of it.
Luke Fizelich picks up that foul. Keon Brooks back on the floor. Hopkins heads back to the bench. I mentioned the short bench. Lance Ware still out for Kentucky. Also missing Toppin, who's still out with that bad shoulder. Great Danes get the timeout before the violation. Yeah, we'll take it with them. It's a 3-point Kentucky lead here in the first half. Back inside Rupp Arena, Kentucky leading by 3. We've got some more basketball coming your way the day after Thanksgiving. Of course, we'll be right back here with the Wildcats as they host North Florida. That's at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then at 9 Eastern, Wichita State takes on the Missouri Tigers on Black Friday. Both those games right here on the SEC Network. And, of course, you can stream it on the ESPN app. One tap. That's all it takes to watch some college basketball. Kentucky shooting it well, 7 out of 12. They've out-rebounded Albany 9-2. But they're only up 3, Joe.
Yeah, the flow is not really what they'd like to get into. Albany's doing a nice job of controlling the tempo. They're not turning it over, not allowing the break to get started. And they're just being very efficient on the offensive end. They're shooting the ball well. And again, the Achilles heel coming in for this team has been turning the ball over. They're not turning it over. And so they've corrected some things, knocking down some shots. They're hanging around.
Tshiebwe playing many more minutes than he did against Ohio. Just 2 minutes, and he picked up 2 fouls, shot basically the entire first half, and no points in that Ohio game, but did produce double-figure rebounds with 10, averaging 16.5 per game. If he has a big game here today, he could have the record for rebounds through the first 5 games of the season. That'll work. Justin Neely, the freshman out of Miami, getting on the board.
Just kind of calmly, as we were talking about the Kentucky bigs taking their time backing a man down and getting where he wants. He gives them a little taste of their own medicine.
Wheeler. Here's Brooks. A little too strong. Rebound into the hands of Neely.
Doing a nice job of staying in front of Kentucky defensively in that possession.
Neely's coming off his best game of the season at 15 points against Eastern Kentucky. Was struggling before that, with just 3 of 16 from the field until he got cranked up in their last game. Tshiebwe, the easy rebound. Ty in the lane and count it. He'll head to the line.
That's what we want to do for Kentucky. We want to get out. We want to force a tough shot, get it out. And then if you're Albany, you got to get back. You got to get to that paint. You got to close it down, make them shoot pull-up jumpers. But again, really, that's the first time tonight there's been that situation, and that's credit to great scouting report, and then the players following through with that. 9 minutes, that's really the first all-out break that we've seen Kentucky be able to get.
Ty, 6 out of 7 at the line coming into this game. Keon Brooks keeps it alive just for a moment. Aaron Reddish, the younger brother of Cam Reddish, who's with the Atlanta Hawks now, on the floor for the Great Danes. He wears number 10 in the black jersey. Baseline jumper, no good from Doles. Here's Wheeler.
See how he just pulls that out, Dave? He doesn't take it into nothing and force up a bad shot. Probably a younger player, a less experienced player would do that. Instead, you drive it, you're probing, get a little drive. The guy helps a little too much. Step in, wide open 3 for Washington.
First 3 of the game for Kentucky. Ty Washington now 4 of 13 from behind the arc. Well, Cerruti can really shoot the three, but takes it inside on this one. No whistle. Rebound into the hands of Dante Allen. Tata keeps it alive. Here's Allen. Alley-oop, a little too strong. Well, Allen knew as soon as he let it go, he knew it was a little too much.
That's too much oop, even for Tshiebwe.
Kick out, Cerruti inside again. High arching shot off the mark from Doles. Boy, Kentucky is trying to push it, but Albany's getting 3-4 guys back every time.
You know, they look a little fatigued. I mean, we talked about 8 players. I mean, that's a concern.
Foul on Horton as he reaches in on Wheeler. That'll be his first.
Got a problem.
So Kentucky will inbound it on the baseline. Ty Washington to the bench. So Tshiebwe, Grady, Wheeler, Brooks, and Dante Allen on the floor for Kentucky.
I feel like Grady's got to get going. He's got to get moving. Playing off that penetration by Wheeler. They need to find some open looks for him. He's got to move and make himself available.
Grady averaging 9 points a game. Tonight he's 0 for 1 from the field. Wide open. There you go. Right on cue, Joe.
Well, I saw that coming, Dave. And I heard Cal talking to him today about how he wasn't effective in the last game and he was effective before. And he's like, you got to work for it. You can't just give in to, well, hey, they're covering me. Penetration. Got to move to the open spot. Great job by Grady.
Here's Perry. Gets it to Neely. Now Justin in traffic, and that'll be an offensive foul.
That's a good job. Get those hands up. I mean, people are looking at that and they're going, hey, he's moving a little bit, but you show those hands and you don't go forward, you got a chance of getting that call.
Severe Wheeler. Classic Wheeler.
He's coming. If you're on defense, you better find him, you better stop him, because he's coming.
Wheeler with 5 now. 3 assists to his credit. 8:18 to go. First half. Cats have stretched this out to double figures now. It's a 10-0 run. Chance to build upon that here, but Brooks throws it away. Tried to hit Grady. Led him too much.
Look who Cal's pouring at. Again, this guy's coming. Number 5, number 2, you got to get in the lane. You got to make him kick that for a 3. You don't want to give up a wide open 3, but he's going all the way to the rim. On this turnover right here, Dave, I saw this 2 or 3 times yesterday in practice where the outlet guy threw it to Brooks or threw it to Ty. Xavier Wheeler was standing over there, and he stopped practice and just get him the ball.
Xavier taking a seat now. Shot clock down to 1. Tshiebwe with the rebound, lost it, got it back, lost it. Great Danes now with an opportunity. Little, that won't go. Just gave Tshiebwe an opportunity for another rebound.
Moses Malone.
That's it. Moses, how many rebounds did he get by tapping it to himself?
He did. It was so frustrating to guard him. I mean, because he couldn't get around him. Just he put that backside on you and you were done.
Another turnover by Kentucky. Jump shot is good. Trey Hutchinson.
Good shooter, just got to walk right into it. Little zone here. Albany wanted to switch up defenses, wanted to do some things to keep Kentucky out of rhythm.
Ty prowling that free throw line, but there'll be a 3-pointer on the way off the mark from Allen. Tapped around. Tshiebwe hustling for that. missed shot, but a foul on Trey Hutchison, and that'll get us to a timeout. Kentucky's lead is 8. Well, Joe, Oscar Tshiebwe didn't get to play a whole lot in their last game, but he's doing a number on Albany tonight.
Just great footwork and then strong hands. He's always around the balls, just sticking his nose in there, staying active. Hands are up, just strong, brute strength. And then when he can do this, your Albany might have to cancel Christmas. I tell you, that's a problem.
They're actually 1 rebound shy. They got to update that. He's got 9 rebounds.
Must not be a math major.
Well, in the past 25 seasons, the most rebounds by an SEC player in any 5-game stretch is 82. That was by Ben Simmons in 2015. Tshiebwe came into this with 66. So sit him with 75 right now. He's got a chance to certainly surpass that. Now, the most rebounds in the first 5 games with the team in the past 25 years, in the first 5 games, Michael Beasley at Kansas State had 83 back in 2007. That pass intercepted by Dre Perry. And a foul on the floor. That'll go against Kellen Grady.
All day in shoot-around today, they wanted to attack him, and they also wanted to attack that ball screen, and that's what led to this turnover. They did a great job aggressively trapping that side ball screen, and then everybody had their hands up, got a deflection, got a break situation.
Cerruti. Horton gets a screen up top from Newman.
Ooh.
Oh, and a one-handed flush from Dre Perry. The transfer from Temple throwing it down.
Ooh. He didn't look scared to go in there, did he, Dave?
No. 6-point game.
Again, trapping, being aggressive in that ball screen. Guys got to make themselves available if they're going to be that aggressive on that ball screen. Nice shot by Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins took the bump, little fade away, got it to go. Hopkins' first basket. Back to an 8-point game. Kentucky's largest lead was 11 at 25-14. Cerruti got to the logo and made Kentucky pay.
Well, they're just moving that ball at will off the dribble from side to side. Just not getting a lot of resistance defensively, not feeling a lot of pressure. Again, for a team that has been turning it over, they're doing an awesome job.
Ty Washington too strong. Hopkins with the long rebound.
Go to work.
Tshiebwe.
He's got to go to work there, man.
Back to Tshiebwe. Shot clock at 5. Offensive foul. Tshiebwe lowered the shoulder.
See, the first time he got the ball, the guy was directly behind him. He was in a better position, from my point of view, to just get in there to the middle of the lane and shoot that left-hand hook. Here, he's sitting on that. He's got to go too far. He almost had a foot in the lane on that first catch. He just wasn't ready to go to work. He's got to. When that ball comes in there like that to him, if they don't double team him, get to that left shoulder.
Here's Little. Off to Perry. Over Hopkins, too strong. Ty. Back the other way now. Grady, pull up 3 on the way. No good. And the rebound into the hands of Paul Newman. Off the mark. Grady the rebound. Careless turnover by Kentucky. That's 9 turnovers by Kentucky. It's the most in a half this season.
Again, Albany doing a nice job getting back, doing a good job on the pick and roll with an aggressive style of defense, really blitzing it. having active hands, getting towards the ball. Kentucky getting a little bit impatient, trying to force some things, turning into turnovers. They wanted to do that. They talked about it. Albany did today, changing defenses and being very aggressive on the pick and roll. So far, so good.
In and out, just off the mark for Perry. Here comes Wheeler.
Oh.
I don't know how you stop that.
You got to give up a 3. I mean, you got to get 2 feet in the lane. You definitely got to take away his left hand. You don't take away that left hand, that's an all-day sucker right there.
Oh, we've been watching that for 3 years, and everybody said take away, but nobody seems to be able to do it.
Easier said than done.
Nice entry pass and a bucket. Kettner gets on the board, his first basket of the game.
Albany's been really able to penetrate Kentucky's defense and get the spots in the lane that's created great opportunities to score.
Boy, that's just a tough shot for Washington. Took it right into traffic.
But when he went up to shoot, he had good balance. I mean, again, I said that at the start of the game. That was the thing that really stuck out to me is he can really get in there, and at 6'6", he gets off 2 feet very well.
That three's no good. Big rebound there from Neely. Here's a 3 from Horton. He got that to go. 5-point game. Thirteen three-point attempts in the first half by Albany. They've hit 4. Albany not scared here at Rupp Arena tonight.
Perry catching the ball on the wing. Nice ball reversal. Bad closeout. On your head.
Ty Washington's having another impressive half. 11 points to lead Kentucky.
Just doing a great job driving right, sticking around. Good rebounder again, going little floater. Really impressed with his ability to do that. I think they got to try to get him the ball a little bit more and let him get in there, because you know eventually Coach Killing's going to be having them close, having them get in there, and then maybe they can start getting some good rhythm threes off the penetration.
11 points, 3 rebounds. Ty coming off that solid game versus Ohio with a double-double, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Only the 3rd Kentucky player under Coach Cal with those numbers. A 20-point, double-figure rebound, 5+ assists.
Really impressed with the 12 rebounds, especially with Tshiebwe out there.
Right, trying to find a rebound's tough.
Yeah, there's not many.
Oh, good defense there as Kentucky double teams the basketball. Wheeler.
Nice job by Albany getting back and walling it off.
And that won't go, and free throws coming up for Kentucky.
Just a little bit of ball reversal. I mean, Wheeler again comes down, he probes it, doesn't try to force it, pulls it out, and then you get the defense shifting, you get the guys running at Washington, which makes it much easier to get by somebody, and then again, with his length, he's able to get in there and have a positive play.
Second foul on Cerruti, the team's leading scorer. He will head to the bench for the final 1:51 of this first half. Well, you start looking at these numbers, and you know, Kentucky's holding Albany to 37% shooting. They're out rebounding them 21-7. But Albany's still hanging around. It's really those turnovers. 9 first half turnovers for the Cats.
Those are the great equalizer, really, in any sport. Errors in baseball, turnovers in football, basketball. Drive coaches, managers, drive them nuts.
Talking to Xavier Wheeler today at practice, talking to me about the attention to detail here at Kentucky. Of course, a couple of years at Georgia. says he loves the spotlight. Being in Kentucky, how things just are magnified tenfold based on being just about anywhere else. But he says he really enjoys it. Loves the fan base, loves the attention, feels the love from the crowd.
And you hear Cal, a lot of times you see him recruiting guys, some of these videos and stuff, and he'll look at a recruit and go, this ain't for everybody.
Right. Exactly.
You better embrace it, because here you are in the spotlight 24/7, 365.
Wow. Nice work from Jarvis Doles.
Whoa. We're done.
Yeah.
That looked like Kevin McHale.
Well, Doles transfers in from Drexel, a grad transfer, coming off a season-high 6 against Eastern Kentucky, and that one goes down for Wheeler. Nice little friendly, soft bounce off the iron. You've had a Moses Malone reference, a Kevin McHale reference. You're starting to date yourself a little bit.
I know. Youngsters at home are going.
Here's Collins.
Getting ready to throw a little Avery Johnson at you right here.
That's another good attack from Brooks. And now Kentucky getting a little bit of separation.
Getting some turnovers, getting the transition going, attacking and making good decisions.
Second chance here. Shot clock is turned off. Game clock at 5. Little floater off the window is no good, but another opportunity blocked there by Brooks. And that'll do it for the first half. Kentucky shoots 59%. They out-rebound Albany 23-9. Ty Washington in double figures with 13 points. Kentucky's lead at the break is 9. Back with our halftime activities after this. Basketball from Rupp Arena. Dave Neal alongside Joe Klein. 37-28. Cats out in front of the Great Danes. And you look at the stat sheet, and well, certainly this Kentucky team looks like they would be leading by more than 9. They shoot 59%, their best half of shooting the basketball this year. But there were some bright moments offensively for Kentucky. As you look at some of these stats, it was just their turnovers that really kind of slowed them down a little bit. Yeah,
when they didn't turn it over, they did a nice job, especially Wheeler and Washington, of getting into the paint, finding the open guys or finishing themselves. They've got to get a little more ball reversal, get Albany's defense shifting from side to side, and then I think the athletic ability will enable guys to beat guys off the bounce when they're trying to close out to them. But again, they did a good job. They just had some really careless things that happened, and it turned into points for Albany.
Well, the Great Danes searching for their first win of the year. Meanwhile, Kentucky trying to stretch their winning streak to 4. We'll see how this plays out as Kentucky, as we talked about, 10th ranked team in the country alongside Alabama, both tied at number 10 in the latest AP rankings. Here's Keon Brooks. Grady. 1 for 3 in the first half was Grady. That was a 3-point shot. And a good start for Keon Brooks Jr. Now with 6 points, 3 out of 5 from the field.
If he can hit that shot, he is a big problem, because he can get him in the pick and roll, and he can play in space like that. It's going to be a mismatch.
So if you're Coach Cal at halftime, what was your message?
Well, I think you just got to stay calm. You got to really point out the positive things you're doing and just say, hey, look, guys, we clean up some possessions in that first half. We're up 16, 18 points.
Brooks, aggressive to the basket, nothing to show for it.
You'd like to see him there with that length. Again, I know he's going fast like that, but if you could get him to go off at 2 feet and just raise up with that length.
Second chance opportunity and a foul. Perry will head to the free throw line.
Perry just pulled a Tshiebwe on Tshiebwe. just stuck with it. Made a nice dribble into the lane, got a good up and under, missed a shot, but stuck with it.
And Tshiebwe just picked up his 3rd foul of the game.
Big decision here for Cal. We've seen when Tshiebwe was out of the game in the first half, things got a little bit easier, especially in the paint for Albany. I think you got to take him out. And he's got to really learn from these situations, because you start getting into conference play, or you start playing Notre Dame and Louisville and Kansas and some of the Ohio State and the teams that are coming up. You can't be losing minutes for silly fouls.
So 1 out of 2 for Perry. Here's a takeaway. Cerruti, a transfer from Division II Lockhaven College. On the wing now. Ball fake to the logo, and that one is rejected by Ty Washington. Grady has his pocket picked. Loose ball on the floor, and it'll be Kentucky. Good effort by the Cats. Ty Washington, 3-on-3.
Look out. Just how Cal drew it up.
Damian Collins going way up top to throw that one down.
Great hustle by Wheeler.
And a foul, count it. Paul Newman will head to the free throw line. But how about Damian Collins with a 7'5" wingspan and a second-best 42-inch vertical leap getting up here.
Just great hustle, getting on the floor, getting the ball. Just great vision by Washington. I think I could throw that long. With that length and that vertical, that's saying a lot, because I didn't like to pass it, Dave. In fact, I would have tried to pass up poorly, so Coach Sutton would have told me, hey, you don't need to be passing. But I don't even think I could have missed up that one.
A lot of folks may not know this, but you actually played a year under Coach Calipari.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was a year. It was about 2 months in his first year for New Jersey, and it was every time I see him, he and I just we have stories and laugh about it. I mean, just I look at it. I look at the people now around him, and they're like, "Man, he's high strung." I said, "You have no idea."
So you're saying he's kind of taking it down a notch or two?
He's mellowed. He's so mellow now. It's fun to watch. But man, what a great coach!
I asked him if you were coachable, and he just started laughing.
Well, he asked me one time if my man backed up off of me, and Turner Gill was a great player that we had. Kid out of Illinois was posting up in the post. He said, what do you do when you get the elbow and the guy backs off you to get in front of Turner Gill? I said, well, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm shooting. I think that's what he had to kind of understand in the NBA. You know, we all thought we were scorers.
Yeah. Brooks looks like he got a little dinged up. Going to head to the free throw line. Brooks at the line for two. Vladimir Voyar-Tadal having a chat with Keon as he gets to the free throw line.
Get a little more meat on those shoulders, Dave.
Didn't affect his free throw shooting.
Nope.
So Brooks now with 8 points, 4 rebounds. Tshiebwe back on the floor with 3 fouls. He and Collins on the floor alongside with Washington, Wheeler, and Dante Allen.
See, it'd be interesting to see what they do offensively, Albany, if they really recognize an attack. Boy, they did. They went right at him. Good job with verticality by Tshiebwe.
That's the third on Collins.
And again, nice job jumping, going straight up and down. Collins got to see that instead of coming so hard. I think he could have got that with his length and ability. Plus, he wasn't going to score that over Tshiebwe. Got to recognize.
Hutchinson at the line out of Marion, Iowa, the junior. Averaging over 6 points a game, had 9 in the last outing against Eastern Kentucky. Wholesale changes.
A little bit of three-quarter 1-2-2 here by Albany.
Hopkins on the floor will inbound the basketball, but Dwayne Killings wants one more substitution. Aaron Reddish, the freshman out of Norristown, Pennsylvania, but played his high school basketball in Georgia at Pebblebrook High School, an outstanding program. He will defend the inbound pass, knocks it away. Wheeler double team, calls a quick timeout.
Yeah, throw it to him there.
So we'll take the break as well. 8-point game here in Rupp. Well, Saturday, it's all about the rivalries in Week 13 of the college football season. Florida will host Florida State at noon here on the SEC Network, and that'll be the SkyCast version. The whole game will be viewed from just above the field. That'll be interesting. Of course, Florida with an interim head coach after Dan Mullen was released of his duties after a loss to Missouri. And at Vanderbilt, Tennessee, that game could not be played without me being a part of it. I just feel like I'm part of the tradition of Vandy, Tennessee. And then SEC Saturday night, Clemson and South Carolina coming your way in our nightcap. So good day of football right here on the SEC Network on Saturday as the regular season wraps up. Well, Severe Wheeler, 9 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He's had a tough time getting his game going, and give credit to Albany. They're making it hard for Kentucky to get these runouts.
Yep, they've been changing up their defense. They're coming out in a little bit of a point zone, 2-3, maybe 1-2-2. And again, it's a tough shot. Ball's got to move side to side, get some penetration into the gaps and kick it.
Up and under move, no good. Second chance opportunity for Perry, and they're going to say traveling violation. Will give it back to the Cats.
Well, they're coming at them, Dave. I mean, they're not backing down. They're attacking them. Doing a nice job, but down here at the other end against that zone. I mean, Cal talked about it yesterday in practice ad nauseum, that ball's got to move. You got to drive it to the nail, drive it to the elbow, kick it, look for the post up on the inside, reverse it.
Well, Kentucky averages 17 assists per game, an outstanding number, but today it's just 5.
Yep. And a lot of that is guys missing shots, obviously, but not getting great shots. Again, no penetration against the zone. Those are shots that you can get pretty much any time you want.
Another opportunity here for Horton. Kicks it out to the corner, and Hutchinson can't get it to go. Allen, good rebound. Here's Wheeler on the open floor. Takes it himself. Little contact and got it to go.
Nice job getting in there, getting that left shoulder on Perry, and then just moving that ball a little bit over, shooting it with the right hand.
10-point game. Kentucky's largest lead tonight has been a dozen. Tshiebwe with his 10th rebound of the game.
Again, just having trouble getting any kind of penetration.
There's the kick. Shot won't go. Brooks, though. Weak side rebound, and he'll head to the free throw line. Good work by Keon Brooks as Horton picks up his second foul. So a timeout on the floor. Kentucky's lead is 10. Back inside Rupp Arena. There's Dominique Hopkins, who played 121 games at Kentucky from 2013 to 2017, a real crowd favorite. Showing a little love for Dominique Hopkins. Part of a couple Final Four teams in 2014 and 15. This Kentucky team averaging so far through 4 games, they are averaging 82 points a game. Sitting here at 45 tonight. They're shooting it at 53%. Their three-point shot not very good tonight, just 2 out of 9. They are dominating the backboards. They've almost doubled up Albany. It's 30-16 in that department. Matter of fact, they're coming up there. They probably feel like they're not rebounding it very well at all after they had a plus 36 rebound margin against Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game where you feel like it's teetering right on the edge, Dave, where they're getting Albany to shoot the ball a little quick here in the second half, and they've been able to show that they've been able to get a little bit of runouts and things. They're taking some Albany. You got to give credit to Albany. They've done a nice job walling them off, making them play in the half court for a lot more than Kentucky would want to, and they're doing a good job. And Kentucky has not done a great job. They've done an okay job of running their half-court sets.
Tshiebwe and Collins both with 3 fouls. And over and back against the Great Danes. We'll give it to Kentucky.
And just little things like that you just don't see in the stat sheet. The ball pressure, the turning them. I mean, just giving your team another possession. Those are things that you can't measure as a coach, and things that help your team tremendously.
Washington trying to get it going here in the second half. Gets his own miss. Maybe that'll get him started. Now up to 15 points to lead everybody.
Nice job staying with him, like on a pogo stick. Missed the floater, bounced right up and got it for an easy 2.
Largest lead of the game now for Kentucky. That won't go for Justin Neely. Here comes Ty Washington.
Another quick shot, 1 pass possession by Albany. That's what Kentucky wants.
Ty, no good. Reddish, back to Cerruti. They've done a nice job on Cerruti tonight. 5 points. As I say that, he almost knocks on that 3.
Lined one up on you, Dave.
Wheeler, catch, shoots. No good. His first 3-point attempt off the iron, and a rebound underneath. Tshiebwe just picked up number 4.
Just a nice little floater there by Washington, and then he stays with it. You're always taught as a jump shooter, follow your shot. That holds true when you're shooting a floater, especially if you're 6'5", and got some length, and the guy's challenging the shot. Stay with it.
Yeah, Coach Cowles, that's what he was talking again. It's the guy's moving him out of the way. The little guy gets underneath you, and it looks like the big guy's fouling you. But
right. And just it's that perception of over the back. That's really not over the back if he's going straight up for the ball.
Boy, nice move from Dre Perry.
Those are tough. That is a tough shot.
Transfer out of Temple. Wheeler. Speaking of tough shot, the little guy can't get it to go in there with the tall timber. Xavier sometimes might forget he's 5'9".
That was the first time tonight that I kind of felt he got in and was a little out of control.
Yeah.
But he still almost made it.
Boy, threw that one right into the hands of Perry. Up ahead to Horton. And an offensive foul. Boy, Wheeler drawing that charge. The third on Horton.
That's what you look at. Talk about maturity. He threw the ball away. Ooh. Didn't put his head down. Didn't pout. Got in there and took one off the chin.
Boy, did he ever take one off the chin.
But didn't quit on the play. Made a terrible pass. Made a horrendous pass. It was over. He didn't turn one mistake into two. Really trapping and crowding him. You got to look for that throwback. They're extending it and they're trapping. He's got to throw that ball back to Washington, let Washington attack the ball from the weak side. They're just going to crowd him anytime he's in a pick and roll.
Both teams just 1 for their last 7 from the field. Catch and shoot. Washington knocks it home. Ty with his second 3 of the game. He's up to 18 points.
Great find by Wheeler. Ready to catch and shoot.
So Rudy kicks it out to Neely.
Here we go.
Here's the run out. Ty.
Look out. Yep.
And a foul as Grady goes flying to the rim.
Again, that's what that press and that pressure. You shoot the ball quick. Kentucky out-rebounding them all night long. Get out into the open floor. This is what Cal wants. Cal wants pace. Pace. Run.
Second foul on Justin Neely as Grady hits to the free throw line. Not a lot of free throws for him. Just his second free throw of the season. Now 1 out of 2 for Grady.
I think that's something that he's got to develop. Again, Cal talked to him yesterday. He can't just be taken out of a game because they want to stay at home on him, because he's got to move his feet, make himself available. And now he's got to get to where when he catches the ball, people are going to be running at him like crazy. He's good enough athlete where he should be able to get that ball in there, and then he's got good enough size. The next step is for him to get that ball in there and start finishing and making plays.
Count the basket. Goaltending against Brooks.
That looked like he took it. Again, switching up the defense. Albany into the zone. Get the ball moving inside out. There you go. Skip. That's how you do it right there. Ooh. Good things are going to happen when that ball moves side to side, inside and out against the zone.
Collins hops up. He looks to be good. Kentucky score 52, Albany 39. Terrence Clark's family joined together at the Boston Centers for Youth and Families this past weekend, Vine Street Community Center, to honor the life and the lasting legacy of the late Terrence Clark by formally renaming the gymnasium after Terrence in his memory. Of course, just a tragic, devastating scenario in April when he died in a car crash as he had just left Kentucky, declared for the NBA draft, and just so much pain and agony. Not just here in Kentucky, but up north in the Boston area, and such a wonderful young man, lost too early, but certainly a great honor in his name at a place that he grew up playing basketball in and spending a lot of his time. Some of the guys from the NBA, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart of the Celtics were there, as well as former Wildcat John Wall, came to help dedicate that gymnasium in the name of Terrence Clark. Just a great honor for a man that was lost way, way too early.
Hats off to all the individuals, all the companies, organizations to step up and honor him. Just like you said, gone way too soon.
Collins at the free throw line. Now a 15-point advantage, the largest of the night for Kentucky. So Rudy. Oh, the shot clock was a mess.
Yeah.
It went back to 35. I don't think Kentucky ever had a handle on that basketball.
Well, it's just getting, it was looking up at the clock because they were really doing a nice job of not giving into anything, closing out, active hands. Look, I looked up and it was.
Yeah, Kentucky was going to have to defend for about 50 seconds on that possession. So I think they just realized it as well, that there's something going on with the shot clock. It should say 1.9. It says 19. There, Coach Cal letting us know, screaming it, 1.9. Catch and shoot, blocked there by Collins, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I thought it was at 19 too. I was like,
almost got that shot off. With the long arms, well, it's a long, lean group on the floor right now for Kentucky with Brooks, Ty, Grady, down low, Damian Collins.
Yeah, they start extending those arms and getting active hands defensively. Won't be a lot of daylight down there for Albany on the offensive end.
Here's Brooks. Well, that's a tough basket, Hutchinson.
There you go. Just a great job there. Take your time. You've got the size advantage. Make them come double team you. If they don't come double team you, got a mouse in the house.
Turn around. A little too strong underneath, though, is Hutchinson. I'll tell you what, Brooks has given him some quality minutes tonight. He's really played well here in the second half.
He's followed up. You know, he had a good game against Ohio, and he's really come out with, seemed re-energized at halftime. Maybe Cal gave him a little pep talk. They're just much more active.
11.7 rebounds for Keon Brooks Jr. Preseason All-SEC second team member. Coach Cal saying about Brooks' game this year, just way better, much more skilled, put a lot of work in the offseason. I think we're seeing some of that here the last few games. You know, I think that's part of having a veteran team too, right? You can spend more time with guys like that. They understand the system.
They can grow. You know,
yeah.
Nowadays they just start getting ready to grow and then they're gone.
Well, the second team littered with Kentucky players, Brooks, Grady, and Tshiebwe. Darius Day's down there. He's the SEC Player of the Week. Well, he's going to be a tough out for a lot of teams around the conference.
He's a mismatch player because he can be a bruiser if you want. He can be a face-up guy.
Another turnover by the Cats. That is the 13th of the night.
I love the play. I think that's just a little getting on the same page with each other.
Collins playing with those 3 fouls. Gets his paw up there, blocks that shot from Jarvis Doles.
You start moving a guy with that kind of length, you can't get around him. You better ball fake him because you're not shooting it over him. Good find.
Grady knew it the moment it left his hand. Give that little hop like this is going to be good. That's just good offense. Penetrating kick.
Yep. It's not complicated. If you keep moving that ball side to side and you start getting that defense shifting and having to help and run it, guys, you're going to get some penetration. You're going to be able to find guys like Grady.
Grady now with a couple of 3-pointers, 7 points. He's at 3-point shooting. Albany, you know, they played good enough defense. If they could shoot the ball better, I mean, they're at 30% for the game, 21% for behind the arc, and those are a little bit less than their season averages, but still, defensively, I think that they're okay. They just got to find somebody who can make some shots.
They've done an outstanding job tonight of really doing the things that they talked about they wanted to do. Attack the pick and roll. They've done a nice job of that. They've done a nice job changing their defenses and keeping the Wildcats in front of them. They just can't make open shots. And Coach Killings talked about that. He said, we've had a lot of successful plays, a lot of successful things that we've done. We just got to finish it with Mintz.
So Rudy kicks it to Neely. That won't go. Washington the rebound. He now has 6 of those, also 3 assists. Will take it himself. The follow by Collins.
Stayed involved in the play, Collins did. Didn't just stand there and watch it. Followed it up. Good job. In all fairness to Albany, too, I don't think they've shot over hands as high as this.
No.
And they won't the rest of the year. Like you said, this is a long, long team.
Little scoop shot from Jamel Horton, the senior out of Queens, New York. Wheeler kicks it corner. Grady can't get it to go. Rebound to Dre Perry. Just the 19th rebound of the game for Albany.
Oh, nice play.
Got a little blood on Ty Washington's elbow. They'll get that cleaned up, so stoppage on the floor. And that'll get us to a timeout. Kentucky crashing the glass.
We have a timeout on the floor.
Kentucky out in front, 61-43, 7.5 to play. Here's what's coming up for Kentucky, some of their notable games on the horizon. Of course, they lose that opening game to then 9th-ranked Duke. They have moved up some of the polls this week. And then at Notre Dame, Ohio State, Louisville, and then a Big 12 SEC Challenge at Kansas on January 29th. Some of those, while there's a stretch here where maybe the competition not at the level maybe some Kentucky fans want, it's coming though.
Yeah, it's going to rev up. I mean, it's going to be a fun December. They're going to have a lot of things to work on until those games come, but as you can see, again, nothing against Northern Florida, Central Michigan, and Southern, I'm sure, but Notre Dame, Ohio State, they're going to be able to bring a little more length, a little more strength, probably shooting, just everything's going to go up a notch. That's why these games are so important right now, so you can get some film on them, point out mistakes that may not necessarily cost you games. But mistakes like that against the teams they're getting ready to play can be devastating.
Foul against Cerruti. One game that wasn't on there is on New Year's Eve. High Point comes to town, and Tubby Smith Orlando Tubby Smith, the former Kentucky coach who won a national championship with the Cats, coming back. They're going to raise his name up in the rafters here at Rupp Arena. A well-deserved honor. Be a special night for all Kentucky fans, and of course, Coach Smith as well. Some of those names up there, and you could put one more up there in Rupp Arena, and Orlando Tubby Smith. And he's such a great guy, and I know the people around here really appreciate what Tubby did for 10 years. And of course, Tony Barbie coming in here a week from Monday, the longtime assistant, now coach in Central Michigan.
Great to see them doing that for Tubby. Very well deserved. Being the coach here ain't easy.
No. Corner three, good from Trey Hutchison.
See, those are the mistakes. Again, we were talking about the schedule. I mean, you can get away with that versus Albany, but those are mistakes against the team they've already played, Duke, and so on and so forth. Those things got to be cleaned up. Your margin of error in December is getting ready to close. And I think that's what a lot of these teams are trying to do nowadays, because there's such an influx of new talent coming in from the transfers and the graduate transfers and freshmen that, you know, you've got a short window to figure out your rotations, your lineups, what works, what you like, your offenses, your defenses, the flow. That's why these games are so important. And these guys on the floor got to understand it's an audition. You know, they're playing for minutes.
Again, no Davion Mintz available for Kentucky. One of those upperclassmen on this team. He is out with an illness. Found that out right before the game. But you see 9 upperclassmen on this roster, the most ever under Coach Cal. 7 newcomers, 4 of those are transfers. But it is a well-balanced group. Maybe the most balanced group he's had since he's been here. You've got, as you mentioned, the depth, and you've got some upperclassmen and not all freshmen. You've got young talent.
It's a good mix. It's just, they got to figure it out. You know, and there's going to be nights when it's not your turn. You got to be an adult about it. Got to handle it. Stay ready to play because your turn's coming.
He might have had better teams in terms of the top 5 or 6 guys than this group, but I don't know that he's had a better group of 11 or 12 that he could throw out there.
They did a little bit of, not a whole lot, but they went up and down in practice the other day a little bit. Very controlled, you know, up and down once or twice, but very competitive. And I think that's going to really help this team in the long run too, is that practice is going to be great. You better show up for practice.
Wheeler reach-in foul on the way up, and that will send Jamel Horton to the free throw line. That's the second on Xavier.
Got to see, even if your man's taking the ball out of bounds and you're protecting under the basket, whatever your role is, you cannot turn your backside to the man inbound in the ball.
So the crowd will get into this one now as Justin Neely misses the front end. If he misses both of them, it's free chicken sandwiches.
Now, why is that? Am I missing something here?
You get a free chicken sandwich if you miss both.
Is that all game long?
I don't know if it's all game, but it was just then.
I want a ticket. Where's my ticket?
Tshiebwe, by the way, now with 8 points, 11 rebounds. Almost had 12, bounced around, and off of Washington, it'll stay with the Great Danes. But don't know that Tshiebwe is going to get to 20. But he's sitting there, 11 rebounds, 8 points, 4 of 4 from the field.
Checking in from Albany is number 20, Mintz. Coming out is Reddish.
Defensively, Kentucky averaging, allowing opponents 63 points a game. Albany sitting here right now on 48 in the turnover, but Tshiebwe threw it right back to the Great Danes. It'll belong with Albany.
Tshiebwe did a nice job of stealing that, just secure the ball.
Tshiebwe, coach went by Coach Cal. Coach Cal says, "Don't worry, I'll put you back in."
Don't get mad.
Yeah, I'll get you back in. He just wanted a little defense. Tshiebwe sitting there with 4 fouls on this possession.
He's not the type of kid that would get mad. Wow. Hope he's all right.
Oh, it's good to be young. Dre Perry. Well, you could hear that thud.
That hurt me.
45 feet away. Man.
Oh. I think I'd still be down, Dave.
Some pressure by Albany. Grady. Alley-oop! Yes, sir, Keon Brooks.
And that's what Grady's got to start doing some more of. Don't just be a shooter standing in the corner. He's got the athletic ability to put the ball on the floor. Make a play.
Boy, Cerruti getting a little frustrated. Came in as the team's leading scorer, having a tough time getting his shot off.
And again, throwing lobs to these guys is a passer's dream. You just got to get it over the guy that's contesting your pass or contesting your shot. All you got to do is get it over his hands. Brooks, Collins, Tshiebwe, these guys will finish it.
Cerruti fouls out with just 5 points, 2 of 8 from the floor. Came in averaging 12.5 points a game. He'd been shooting it really well. Probably the best offensive weapon for this team in terms of trusting him from the field. He was 17 of 29 coming into this game, but Kentucky did a nice job on him today. Another alley-oop, an offensive foul. Collins was holding on to a Great Dane defender down there. Looked like he just had Doles, so Doles couldn't play any defense.
He had on shoulder pads and a helmet. Been holding.
So 4.5 to go. Oscar Tshiebwe about to get back into this one. Catch and shoot. That one is good off the hands of Dre Perry. He now has 15 to lead the Great Danes.
I like his game. He's gonna be if he plays with this kind of energy and this kind of focus, he's gonna be a problem in the America West.
Grad transfer out of Temple. Matter of fact, he was recruited by Coach Killings when Coach was at Temple. That's how that relationship developed. But there's Brooks.
I cannot tell you, we've had a couple of those tonight, one by Albany and a couple by Kentucky. That is a difficult shot.
Fans going to be happy with the win. They get the free chicken sandwich.
All is good.
Wasn't there a time in your career where you made a couple of free throws?
I didn't want to brag, Dave,
you got everybody in the building.
One time,
right?
The 98 Bulls, playing a game, had to get to 110. We were at 108. I got fouled, and calmly and coolly walked to the line and knocked down 2 free throws. Bought tacos for 18,000 people. It's what I do.
No tacos for the block shot, but Joe Klein, a fan favorite, got everybody free tacos. Kentucky led this one by 9 at halftime. They have stretched it out to 23. Their largest lead is 24. Another outstanding night offensively for Ty Washington. Another 20-point game, back-to-back 20-point outings for the freshman, who is really starting to feel comfortable, just looks comfortable on the floor.
Well, you can see there's a little chemistry kind of getting together with Wheeler. They're both kind of getting a feel for each other, where each other's going to be on the floor. And again, he has a great ability to get into that lane, especially with that right hand. And he's got nice length, nice control, 2-foot jump, little floater. And he's got length. And then the other thing he's been doing really well recently is rebounding it, especially at the defensive end. And he can get the ball and go and get in the open floor. When he's coming downhill at you, it's a problem.
Offensive foul. Wheeler moving his feet, draws the charge. That'll be the 4th on Horton. Boy, a couple of charges drawn by Wheeler tonight.
He just does a great job of moving his feet and showing his hands. That's the key to getting a charge. You want to take the hit, but you got to take it in the chest.
Grady brings it across the midcourt stripe. Wheeler comes to get it. Grady tonight with a dozen points. Kind of quietly snuck up into double figures. Tshiebwe rips the net.
And again, if they're going to blitz the screen like that, that's a great slip by Tshiebwe as the bank is open here in Lexington, Kentucky. But just slip it, get to the free throw line.
Timeout by Albany. Down 22 with 2:27 to go for Tshiebwe. 4th double-double this season, his 16th career double-double, going back to his West Virginia days. So another good night for Oscar. Washington, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and just looks really comfortable out here on the floor.
You like those 2-foot jumps with his length. He reads the defense. He's not out of control. He can finish, and then he stays with the play. He's got the length, and then he's a good spot shooter. Again, if he can knock down that shot, and Wheeler can get in the lane like that, he's going to have a lot of guys running at him trying to get to his shot. And he's going to get by those guys every time and get into the lane and create for himself and others.
Washington 2 out of 3 from behind the arc tonight. Grady's 3 out of 5, but nobody else on the team's hit a 3. Allen's 0 for 5. Wheeler 0 for 2. Kentucky overall shooting 54%, and they have out-rebounded Albany. They are plus 22 in the rebound margin. Tshiebwe comes up to set a screen. Wheeler sees a wide open Collins, who missed the one-handed attempt at a dunk.
He should get a point for that. That was one heck of a miss.
Reddish off the back of the iron. Under 2 minutes to play. A foul on the rebound underneath.
I say give him a point for that. Good grief, that was.
That's against Washington, his 2nd, but yeah, that would have been something.
Yeah, we would have been seeing that for the next 2 days. Still might.
Doles at the free throw line. Be interesting to see when this Kentucky team will actually have everybody available. Of course, still waiting on Toppin to get back on the floor healthy. He's kind of listed as day-to-day. Lance Ware, a little day-to-day. And now, according to the coaches, Davion Mintz out with an illness. Don't know how long he'll be out. But I guess if there was a time in the schedule to have some guys miss some games, this is the run.
And again, it's all about opportunity. I mean, you've got a condensed lineup now, and it's opportunity for Collins, you know, for Grady, for all these guys, Hopkins and guys that are searching and looking for a role and can do it under the lights where Cal can see him, and then Cal will have confidence in him.
Checking in for Albany is number 25, Mintz.
Cats at the free throw line tonight, 14 of 19. Only 9 free throw attempts for the Great Danes.
And you could see in practice the other day that Cal spent a lot of time on sets, running offensive sets. And it's just for chemistry, for getting guys to know where to be. And the thing that's great about having a veteran team, you didn't have to sit down and explain a lot. You could run the set and then talk about what happened, but you weren't talking about a lot of times where you're supposed to be. You're talking about how to execute the set in a better fashion. And that's what happens when you have older players.
Yeah, foul on Kellen Grady.
Props to Albany tonight, though. I mean, they played with energy, and they came after him defensively, trapping, and played confident. And, you know, again, if they can build off this, and again, I was very impressed with, you know, I didn't get to see a lot of the shooter. I got to see most of their shoot around. Didn't get to see practice or anything, but I think they got a very good head coach. And I think this Albany team's going to see some good days moving forward with Coach Killings.
Former ball boy at UMass. Coach Cal was with the Minutemen and played a year under Bruiser Flint, a Kentucky assistant now, as a walk-on at UMass.
I like it. I like it. Don't be a spot shooter. Be a ball player who can shoot. That was good.
Grady now with 14. Actually 5 Kentucky players in double figures now. There's Little getting that shot to drop. Tough start for Albany. They're going to go to 0-5. It has been not an easy road. But Dwayne Killings wants people to know we'll go play anybody anywhere, and he felt like that's what one of the mantras of Coach Cal when he was at UMass, trying to build that program. We'll go anywhere, play anybody. Just ask.
Well, these kids are, you could obviously see in the first half, they were excited to be here, excited to be playing in Rupp. You know, they played inspired. They just don't have enough players, but again, the positivity, the attention to detail, the energy from he and his coaching staff, it's infectious. If they can take this and keep learning from it and do some of the things that they did tonight in their conference, they'll be a tough out.
Tshiebwe with the rebound. Now 14 of those. Tshiebwe. Boy, is he good from the elbow. Tshiebwe adding to his totals. 12 points, 14 rebounds, and played in some foul trouble here. And a foul underneath. Kareem Watkins picks up the foul as he just checked into the game. But here is Tshiebwe. We've seen this 2 or 3 times tonight. Right there at the elbow, catch, shoot, fire, and I mean it is ripping the net. Going to change how teams defend him. If he can stretch that out a few more feet, that's for sure. So Reddish at the line with 11 seconds to go in this one. Kentucky will go to 4-1 in the midst of the 7-game homestand. Trying to just Forget a year ago when they went 9-16, 8-9 in the Southeastern Conference. Something tells me this team's going to be a little bit better than 9-16. It's a good-looking group. So Kentucky will put this one in the books. They'll get ready for North Florida on Friday night, 7 o'clock right here at Rupp Arena as they win this one easily in the second half. Turn a 9-point game into a 25-point win, 86-61. Cats shoot 54%. They out-rebound Albany by 24. Dwayne Killings with some hugs with some old friends and mentors. And Ty Washington with another great game. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists to lead the Cats. 5 players in double figures. They hold Albany to 34%. The Cats with 13 assists tonight. One of the things they'll look at, turnovers. Coughed it up 9 times in the first half. They finished with 17 turnovers for the game. That's probably one thing Coach Cal will talk about as he makes his way over to Joe Klein for a little post-game wrap-up of this one. And we are just about set. Let's go over to Joe now.
Ball, we don't hold the ball. Shoot it, drive it, pass it. You're not holding it and looking around. We don't play that way. So we got a lot of work to do. I mean, I'm watching games that are so physical that if we face those kind of teams, you got to step up. You got to be a man and go. You got to hold your ground. But you know what? I like this team, but I'm knowing that's the one thing I worry about.
Well, good luck, Coach. I know you're going to have a great year. Good seeing you.
Last time we were together, I traded for you. And then you got me fired.
Wasn't me. Bad coaching. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Joe. I know you guys had a good time today at shoot around, and it's great to see you guys laughing and smiling, talking about the good old days. Well, I don't know how good they were for him in the NBA, but they're good now. Kentucky wins this 86-61. Coach still trying to fight through some things with this group, but I think at the end of the day, they're going to be okay. They look good at times tonight, that is for sure. So it was a big win for Kentucky, 86-61, a 25-point victory led by Ty Washington's 20 points. So for Joe Klein, the rest of our exceptional crew, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Rupp Arena. We'll be back at it on Friday night as North Florida comes a-calling on the Cats. Good night, everybody.